It's late. I need to go to bed. From Bali, but I just finished the quarterly Q&A that happens in my membership program, the Brilliant Creatives Community. And I wanted to just come on here, first of all, to share that if you are looking for a community where you will get support on issues that you're facing, whether we covered things around money, we covered things around dating, we covered things around rest, we covered things around human design, how to work with your design. But I love this community. The reason I'm on here is because I just was so excited looking at them and just seeing them in the room. And it's a blessing of being surrounded by so many people who are interested in creativity and wellness. It's a blessing. Anyway, the thing I want to say is I want to share two themes that were coming up in the Q&A tonight. One was, and these are things that I've actually struggled with in my own life. And of course, we teach what we're here to learn also. One was about decision making. And the other one, which is just something I love, was being able to create containers for your creativity. I used to teach this a lot actually some years ago, around setting up the parameters. So let me speak to decision making first, because people are in the room and they're like, I'm trying to do the thing, but I also know I need to rest. I'm burnt out. I feel the momentum and then I want to stop. And there's so many things. Like, I think the thing about what's been fascinating about knowing human design and working with this is I preface the Q&A with everyone with this information, that everyone is going to have a slightly different nuanced response. As a body talk practitioner, when I got certified in this work in 2008, one of the main things I was taught is that you can have 50 people come into the room with the exact same virus or injury or muscle tear, the exact same angle, whatever it is, but they're going to get 50 different sessions because each person is unique. And one of the things that human design has shown me is that I can't give a blanket answer to a whole group. And I feel like I know this as a creative person. Like, I'm not a funnel, I'm not a formula, and neither are you. And there may be aspects about a thing that works, but I think the thing that we're not aware of is how we're built to make decisions, to decide which aspect is the thing you're meant to lean into and follow. So that is something that you can really start to learn, and I really guide people with that, with their human design, to make choices. Oh, there's so many layers to this. I just talked about it with the group for over an hour. To make choices that are aligned with the themes, your profile in life, your authority in life, and to take what works for you. So let me just go back to the decision-making thing. So many people are not making the decision, and they start to just swirl in their open heads. So this is human design information too. I work with a lot of people with open heads, a lot of creatives. I can't remember what the percentage is for folks with open heads. We like to bounce ideas around, maybe even an open ajna. But that is not the place to make the decision from. And I can feel it's an embodied thing too. And this is what we practice also in One Dance, to be able to drop into your body and find the knowing, the experience of knowing through your body. So one of the last questions we had was a person with emotional authority. And I told her, come to One Dance. She has it as a Brilliant Creatives Community member. But I don't think she's been using that aspect of the membership. But we got to the point of this is going to help you know that your body is safe. What you are feeling in your body is safe. What you're knowing through your body is actually the gift, is actually the wisdom that's here for you. I think a lot of people, I was talking to some of my members about this, think that One Dance is just another dance class where you move. It's called dance. I know, I put the word dance in it. But it really is a practice. I was saying this to this woman I was talking to tonight, where you could come into the room, we go into the movement portion, and you would be like, and that's all you do. This used to happen in New York when I teach it. There were yoga blankets and stuff, and people would just they'd pile the blankets up and sit there for 30 minutes and maybe move their finger over here a little bit and maybe eventually come out of it. But the movement is the movement of your wisdom, and your wisdom may need to shake your booty around and do all those things, or it might just need to be super, super still. The movement being so subtle because there's maybe something really nuanced that you're moving through in your life. So the thread here that I'm talking about is looking at decision making from an informed perspective, not from your head. So many people go up in their heads to make decisions, and that's not where the answer is. And again, there's nuance. Some people are designed to talk out their decisions. Some people are designed to hear their decision in quiet. Some people are designed to know it in the now. Others are not. So I think this is all really important because a decision is what moves you, is what makes things happen in your life. Oh my God, Nirja, hi. Yay, hi. The other thing that came up in today's Q&A for the Brilliant Creatives is just setting up the right parameters, right? And I think from the training that I'm starting to do with polarity work, working more with the masculine and the feminine within each of us, not gender specific, but that all of us have, and that we are here to learn how to come into healthy relationship with that. There is something about the sort of structure and presence of our own inner masculine that like this sort of knowing, the directness that can hold space for those of us who are just so the feminine aspect of us that just wants to flow and be creative. So setting up boundaries. So people had different questions and I helped them with setting up their parameters. And also I'll just say this as the last thing because I don't want this to be too long. If you can imagine something, it's possible. One of the other things I work with in these spaces is the universal laws. We just finished our last Prosperous Creative Live cohort. That is one of the modules in that training. We're doing our next one in September, but we're getting it ready so people can enroll early, get a discount on it, just, pay it off early, easily before the program starts at the end of September. But this is something I was coaching some people on in the Q&A as well, that if you can imagine it, it is possible. Are you willing to do the work to allow it to show up in your life? Are you willing to hold your focus? How does that sound to you? How would that be for you? I'm asking open-ended questions and yes/no questions from a human design perspective. So yes, it's possible, and now it's time to make the decision so that it can come into your life. So all of these various tools, and I have had people who've worked with me since 2008 when I first got certified as an energy healing practitioner, and the work continues to evolve for me. I'm a 6/2 profile. I am meant to teach. I am meant to continue to study. It's like I love it. I love living the lessons, although it's not always very, very pleasant at times, but to be able to share with people. So I think that's why some people are still working with me now. 2008, what is that? What's the math on that? 17 years later? Is that right? Oh my God. They take breaks, but then they come back, right? That might be a little weird. We all go at various times we have a response and we need this person and their medicine at this time, and then we don't. And I have teachers that I worked with years ago that I love and they gave me gifts. I'm not working with them now, but their gifts are deep. So last thing I'll say is just find the teacher, find the guide that you have a response to, and trust that. Because it's like circulation. It is movement. You're meant to blend in and be with this other being for a bit of time, or maybe a long time, or a moment in time, to garner the wisdom. Even if that's like teacher, relationship, life is really showing up for us. And I think when we build this inner self resource, as the world gets a little more chaotic, maybe, as we go into potential new transformation that's on the horizon, we need this inner resource, and we need it within community. So this is an invitation to come to One Dance, to consider becoming a Brilliant Creatives community member. Last two things I'll say is that I am going to be doing a human design workshop. I think we put it in the calendar for June, so about a month away. There'll be information coming out on that soon, and human design and energy healing sessions. I'm here. I'm doing the work. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So if you have any questions about how to do the work with me, just respond to this, send us a DM, go to my website, send us an email, and I'm here for you. I'm here for me too. And in doing that, I get to be here for you. All right, it's late. I'm starting an Ayurveda detox. I got to get up early to drink some ghee. Have a great night. Have a great day. I'll see you around. Bye.